All right, we are back with another iteration of me interviewing superstars. So today we have an unbelievable person that you guys for sure all know, and I'm super proud to be associated with him. His name is Adam. He owns Chameleon Dental Lab, and it is a full digital dental lab, probably the biggest Powerball lab in the world. Has invented unbelievable things, has really allowed full arch dentists to be able to provide the highest quality of implant prosthetics to their patient at an affordable price without compromising on quality, and really helping all of his clients with the digital workflow, all of the questions that they may have, whether it's printing, designing, scanning, fabrication. He's there, and I'm super excited to be able to share this stage with him. Adam.
That's funny. Well, thank you. That was a nice word. Thank you.
Yes. So tell me how long you've been in the business. How's that going?
So I've been in dentistry 22 years. Started off with doing removable dentures.
Wow. You were a technician yourself?
Yep.
Wow.
I used to own an old school lab. And then after that, we moved overseas for a little while. And then we came back and we thought, what's new? What's next?
Wow.
So I was like, well, I had a good friend of mine, Robert Stanley with the Stanley Institute.
Yes.
He said, Adam, you should learn these full arches. I said, okay. So I started, that was my journey.
You probably, by the way, just so you know, as the Guinness Book of World Records as the youngest removable technician in the world.
Yeah, you're right. I think so.
It's a lost art.
I think I was. It is a lost art. But we had nothing. We came back, started from nothing.
Wow.
So I was living with my mother-in-law in her dining room. And I thought, well, I'll just buy some CAD software and a printer and see what happens.
Wow. So what year was that?
That was 2020.
Wow.
And then we started, so all day I would learn the software, and all night I'd watch YouTube videos. And then I applied the knowledge I had of 20 years of dentures, and worked with Dr. Stanley a lot, which is a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
He's a really good surgeon. And he helped me structurally learn how to design them properly. And then we started doing some arches together. And they had tie bases.
Wow.
And I hate tie bases.
This was in 2020?
It's 2020.
Wow.
So then I came across, I hated those tie bases so much. I thought, this is why they're so expensive.
The restorations?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's such a pain to get that verified model and then producing it, and then getting that tie base on there, then getting it then cementing it.
Correctly.
Correctly. And all that work. I thought, you can't scale this. You can't make it cheaper. Then I got introduced to your screw, which was...
Was it the Evolve guys that did that?
Yeah, they told me about your screw, and then the Rosen screw too.
Yes, awesome.
But then your screw was better. So...
Different.
I like it better.
Okay.
So it had an angled screw channel on it. I liked the ball driver. I saw your screw, and I didn't just see a screw. I saw a way to scale something.
Wow.
Because now I could reduce tie bases. Now I don't need verified models. I can get rid of so many products.
That's amazing.
Yep, so I thought, now I could do them faster. So that was it.
That was it, and then off to the races.
Yeah, then I thought, well, design them. Then it was terrifying, setting them out, hoping they'd seat, and they did.
Wow.
So thanks to your product, which I really like.
I truly appreciate the support, and obviously all the referrals, and you've referred people to me that become my friends, and it's very interesting that you said that. I would tell you, like in 2016, when I first started on this digital implant journey, I've been a dentist as long as you've been a technician, but this digital implant journey that I knew was possible when everybody said it wasn't possible. I really wanted to partner with technicians because my vision was exactly what you created, to have a technician that understands my flow and is able to service all of the dentists. And I can tell you you're super successful, but you're going to be even more successful because you've bought into a thinking that is not to do what most businessmen do, which is how can I do it cheaper, cut costs, and make more money for myself. You really said, how can I scale this so that I can give as good as a product and just always have success? And really, that's what you're able to do by incorporating all this stuff. And I see you have the most unbelievable videos. I always get entertained by them. I love the way you speak. You have a radio voice. Your wife says you have a not a radio face, but a TV face, which is perfect. But in general, I think you're doing great.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. And it's a team effort. It's not just me. I mean, I have an amazing wife and kids and people that I've learned from. Learned from you, I've learned from Robert Stanley. I mean, it's not just me. I have a great team.
What would you say to like a dentist who says, you know, like I really want to do full arch, but I don't know, like my lab is like, they're still in the analog world, and like I really want to be able to do this for my patients and not have to charge them, you know, like where the lab used to charge $15,000, $20,000 an arch in lab bills. And I want to be able to do this affordably and still have a beautiful product. What would you tell another dentist that says I want to do this?
I would say you have very little to lose. I mean, to buy some scan bodies and scan something and try it, what do you have to lose? I mean,
do you check like your remake rate? Is it like almost not there?
We do have some remakes, but it's not. Rarely is it because of like a process failure. Usually I can always attribute it back to a bad scan.
Okay.
So some people have these it's all this issue about, you know, can you do direct IO scanning to multi-unit? It's not accurate enough, they say. But it is accurate enough. What I have seen the differentiating factor is the skill level of the person scanning and how long they're taking. So the ones who scan well get passive results every single time.
Every single time.
Every single time.
Like you have this client and you're like,
yes.
I know it's going to fit every time.
Robert Stanley never has a problem.
Always fits.
Always fits. Then you have some that have, maybe sometimes it doesn't. It's not that they're bad, they're just, every scanner's got its own little technique. You got to learn it, you got to go quick.
Yeah, and that's what I find, you know, in dentistry, as we were discussing it with a printing manufacturer this morning, but you know, as things are getting easier, say the screw is getting stronger, the zirconia is getting better looking, the bars are amazing, the CAD software is designing quicker, dentists and technicians cannot ignore the fact that they need a specific skill, there are specific rules, and they need to understand what they're doing. You know, maybe you take for granted the fact that you were a denture technician and occlusion and setting up a full mouth is sort of second nature to you.
It is second nature.
Yeah, but other people think, well, you know what, I have a great screw, I got a great scanner, and it's gonna fit. No. Right?
So I think full arch has fallen in the cracks because kind of like what's happened in dentistry, you know, I mean, like who should place implants?
That's right. Yeah.
You know, so I think the same thing with full arch is, you know, the skill set to design them is actually denture tech, but they don't know the materials.
That's right.
The ones who know the materials are crown and bridge labs, but they don't know mostly about dealing with restoring someone's face. So they've fallen in the cracks.
Have you ever thought of maybe like taking on like, say like being the master lab, the master digital lab of the United States and maybe the whole world, and all these little crown and bridge labs could be your little franchises, and then you would provide them, like you could be their Dalai Lama.
I've never thought of that before.
Because think about it, you're so, you know, like I try to be able to talk to technicians, and I'm a dentist, they don't listen to me. You're a denture technician.
Well, you're their boss. What do you mean they listen to you?
I'm not, but I never thought, I always looked at it as like there was a partnership for me, but you speak their language. You're a denture technician. That's what you started. That's like OG. Like think about it. Like, okay, what I do crown bridge, I do PFM, I do gold. You're a denture technician. That's like I said, you're the youngest denture technician in the world.
I'm 40.
Okay, but 20 years ago you were 20.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
You know what I'm saying? I know, we were all 20 one time. But
right.
Yeah, so I used to be the youngest dentist in the country too.
Right.
But not anymore. So time goes by. But I'm saying, like, what would you tell maybe like a lab technician who has these old accounts that are doing crown and bridge, and now these cases are falling apart, and they want to do full arch, and they don't want to lose their technician? Maybe would you be able to like maybe provide that for them? What do you say?
The service, the design
like
service?
You designed
Absolutely.
the creation of the zirconia.
Yes, absolutely. We're willing to help people out.
Yeah.
It's a process. There's no easy way to get there. I mean, it can be a brutal learning curve, as you know.
Yeah.
It's a stressful industry. There's times, I mean, you have very little tolerance. So you have to have the correct disposition for it. You know, I always tell people when I'm training them, I'm like, you know, you won't know pressure until someone sends you a surgical scan. They want a same day design. They call you up asking where it's at, and you hear the background, the little beep, beep, the little machine you guys have them on. I don't know what it is, but, and they're like, where is it? You know, that is pressure.
Yes. Yeah, and that's when the tooth is a little bit crooked, or the scan has a mesh that's messed up, or the resin wasn't mixed correctly. But all in all, You know, I have this very famous saying that I say, and people don't like it, and maybe your kids will cover their ears. But I say that digital dentistry is shitty. We're just trying to make it less shitty. And as long as you understand that, as a lab, as a doctor, as an assistant, as a technician, anything, you need to understand that it's not a perfect science. You know, like you see on my wall, I have Albert Einstein and Elon Musk, and they've all failed, right? He failed in high school. Elon Musk went bankrupt a couple times, and then still they understood that it was a process. And that's the thing with digital dentistry. It's a process. It's not perfect, but it's way better than anything else we've ever had.
I would never go back.
Never go back. But we understand that there are certain things that can happen. We're just trying to make it better. So patience is important.
Yeah, and I would say there's never absolute. Some people will say like, well, how do I get to work every single time? Yes. Well, there will be times it won't work.
That's right.
But by and large, you will have more wins than losses.
That's right. And some, you know, we're in dentistry, we're so used to holding something and saying, well, I know this impression is correct, and I know that this model is poured up correctly. In the digital world, you have no idea what's going on in the background. Whether an STL is being sliced, is it sliced correctly? If your scanner is the video card actually processing that data correctly? Is the hard drive lagging with a bad sector that maybe messed up your file? You have no idea. And these are not things that, oh, well, you know what, digital dentistry doesn't work. Let me tell you something. If you live in the analog world, retire. Because it is so much more fun to do it this way.
And you can easily reproduce something. I mean, as a laboratory, when you have something physical, if you drop it, that's it. It's over. You got to call the doctor up and tell him, I dropped your model. Can you get the patient back in?
Yes.
They are not happy.
No, never.
When you drop a digital model or anything digital, you just reprint it.
Yeah, hit reprint.
That's
the beauty.
Yeah.
And I say probably your career is going to be very long because you no longer have to pack acrylic.
No, dude. That's one thing. That's not a good hit for your health. Digital dentistry is cool. And you know, eventually now we're actually, as a digital lab, we're producing less and less. Yeah. Now we're producing mostly zirconia and these new titanium bars, but most offices now print themselves.
So a dentist looking into digital dentistry, give you a call. You'll help them walk through it.
Sure.
Super easily. You can even send them the design. They could print it on their own. You can help them with that.
We'd rather than print it.
Rather than print it, you finish the final restoration, send it to them, Powerball screws.
Powerball screw, yeah. They can stock. They can get their screws from you. They can stock them.
Or they get them from you, wherever. We're partners on this. Lab technician that maybe wants to partner with you for you to produce for them. They could add the porcelain. You could maybe create everything else for them.
Yeah, we do. We can either mill their stuff. We can design it for them. We can do whichever piece anybody wants us to do. I mean, some people we have offices who want to design and us manufacture. We have some who want to do everything. They just need help sometimes. We have the spectrum of people.
Yeah.
We have some who want the full hand-holding.
You heard it here. Adam, Chameleon Labs, full digital dentistry. Jonathan Abenheim. Till then, remember what I always say. Treat your patients like they're your own family and make sure you do the best job for them. See you soon.
Thank you. Oh, that was nice. That was great.
Easy, right?
It was good on the spot like that. It's easier, I think.